You are live.
I am live. Hi, it's Jeanette from Backroom Creations. Come on in. Make sure you hit that glitter button. No, it's not a button. Spread the glitter. Just kidding. Hi, Patty. Hi, Francine. Front row seats. You're fine now. It backfired on me in my mind. I'll tell you later. Hi, Janet.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Francine. Hi, Janet.
I find myself. I can't sprinkle myself if I can't find myself.
I know where she's at.
You know where I'm at? That's good.
Hi, Sally from England.
Hi, Sally. Oh my gosh, girlfriend, what time is it there? It's late, isn't it? I think it's late.
Hi, Midge. Hi, T.
Hi, Midge and T. I haven't seen you. T, how you doing?
Hi,
Hi, Roz. Long time no see. Chat, whatever.
Oh, I'll be back.
Oh, he'll be back.
Oh, maybe.
If you don't snap, crackle, and pop. Thank you, Janet. Sally, I thought it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. There we go. Hi, Richard. Everybody sprinkle the glitter, please. I made it to 5,000. Now I'm trying to get to 7,500. Mm-hmm. Where's the other one?
I don't know where my phone's at.
I don't know where your phone's at either.
I thought I left it in my craft room.
I have a hard time keeping track of mine.
I thought I left it in my craft room, but I don't see it in there.
You're doing taxes? I know I started on ours.
And it's on vibrate, so.
Oh, did you leave it in the bathroom?
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, T, I'm sorry. I had my surgery too. It's been okay. It itches. Thank you, Richard. So tonight, there's a couple people that have bought the sign and ribbon kits that are new to wreath making, and we all know. Hi, Angela. We all know that when we start out, we have a ton of questions, right? So what I did tonight, I already had chosen. Hi, Michelle. I had chosen what I was gonna do. So what I did was I do a lot of my wreaths the same way, and I also build my kits the same way. So I'm gonna have Floyd switch the camera, and I took a picture. The picture. Hi, Karen. How are you? So this is a picture of what I posted today. This would be everything that someone would receive in a kit. Hi, Carla. Welcome. Thank you, T. So you get a sign, and you get the frame, and you get 2 rolls of 10-inch mesh. You get 4 ribbons, all 5 yards apiece. You get a zip tie. You get 4 cable mounts, and then you get 23 pipe cleaners. Hi, Nana. How are you?
Hi, Nana, and everybody else that I missed.
So this is what you would get. So I did not cut my tails, so I can show how to do that. I started to prep my sign and go, oh, stop. So, ooh. So I put, here's our sign. Claire. Hi, Jenny. Thank you. So we're going to pretend this was a kit that I sold. So we had 2 rolls of mesh, the yellow and the blue. Just regular, well, this is poly jute and this is metallic. So I did woodland ruffle some of them, but I left some of them for me to do. And then this is a 10, isn't it? Yeah, this is a 10, but you treat it just the same. Thank you, Michelle. So I put 4 dots of, I use the DAP Rapid Fuse. Now that would be something you would not get in your kit because not everybody uses the same kind of glue. Thank you, Patty. And
As
then
I found out right before the live, she has not listed that sign in the shop yet, but she is going to.
I'm going to list it as soon as I get up, when I get off. So these are cable mounts.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anna. A lot of people use them in electronics and stuff. It's to wire up, yeah. Cables. That's the cable mounts. So we use them on our signs, and you can put the pipe cleaner in this way, or you can put it in this way, whatever way you want. They're square, no big deal. Okay. Off the backing. Sometimes the foam starts coming with it. It's not a big deal if it does.
I've seen some people that actually take
the
foam off.
Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Stacy.
Hi, Cheryl.
Let me get my eyes checked again.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, just talked to Stacy a little bit ago. So we were all in Angela's live. And I am unlike Angela. I get it going.
Rude.
I'm not rude. I just tell it the way it is, right? If I can get this backing off. So see how that one, the foam part starting to come off. If you just pull hard enough, it'll get it. But they're static. So you always want to, if you're going to do this, that's right. If you want to do this, you want to do it first. If you're going to use anything like E6000, DAP, whatever you want to use. So some of the backing came off. It is no big deal. And that's crooked. It's no big deal. Nobody's going to see it. Hi, Bonnie. So I push them down real hard, and then we leave it till the end. So if you didn't see it, this is our sign for tonight. Ooh, glare. Ah, glare. Hey, Angie. Yeah, I know you got a lot of stuff on yours. So there's our sign. Richard, Angela is 3L Creations. So Angela, you can put your link in here. So I know we share a lot of the same viewers. So Richard would like to come and support you too. She's just a little, depending on what's going on, she tries to get it consistent, and then something seems to happen. If she's going to go on Wednesday or Monday evening, she'll probably go right before me. L Creations at ELLE. Okay, so so I just sold a lot of the 3 sign and ribbon kits, and that's what somebody had asked me about, was how to match meshes. Now this is a very simple sign. Debbie, you're funny. So this is basically just got yellow, white, and blue. So it wouldn't be very hard to choose your mesh. Now you could do white and blue. You could do white and yellow. I choose yellow and blue. Yellow and blue are very complementary colors. Even though they're on the same side as the color wheel, they do go good together. Even the little bits of orange. Now I personally wouldn't put orange in it because your dominating colors are not that. If you always want to pull your colors of your mesh and your ribbons from your sign. How you want to do. You know, Michelle, I used to do that, and then I found that it doesn't really matter. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, I used to put the little pink ones. If you feel better about it, you can do that. And actually, these have the little rubber things on it. It doesn't hurt the sign. I used to do it, but haven't found an issue with not doing it. So just one less step. So if you had a sign that had maybe dominant colors in the middle and had a different color border, you could also pull from those. So this would be a very simple start if you're having to choose things. So I have all the 3 colors in my ribbon. I made my own ribbon boards, and this is a 13-inch. I have a 13 and a 14 in there. It's DAP Wrap and Fuse. It's in my Amazon shop. If you go to our website and go to the Amazon shop, you can go in there, and I put all my links to my tools and stuff that I use. I do get a few pennies off of the sale if you buy something off of that link. So we have our ribbon tail board and our ribbons. So we're going to need, now here's where it would differ. I use 18 ties on my wreath form. You're welcome, Jenny. And that's how I build my kits. If you want to use all the materials in another way, go for it. If you want to add materials to it, go for it. I actually do have some more yellow and blue ribbons, so when I make the bow, I may add something into it. A kit is used that you can make a complete project, or you can add your flair or another color or a different style into it and make it your own. So we're going to cut 12. Hi, Shauna. I know, right? Hi, Dawn. So we're going to cut 12, 12 of each. Now, normally they're on a spool holder or on a ribbon roll. And if you don't have a board, you can make one out of cardboard, wrap it in duct tape, or you can, measure them on your board. There's nothing that says you have to have all these gadgets when you first start making them. Is the blue solid ribbon a royal blue? Yes, this is a royal blue, Joy. And welcome. So if you do use a board, a piece of cardboard, thanks, Dawn. I just wrap mine around the board. You don't want to wrap it really tight or else it won't come off the board. And then remember to count as you go. 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, I want 5. Duh. So we're doing 4 colors.
Make sure that you count.
Hi, Jenny. How are you? I was so glad to meet you at General Wholesale. And she only lives an hour and 15 minutes from me. So scratch this part. I was thinking of the wreath I made the other day when I only used 2 colors. We only need 6 of each. So I'm thinking, why am I running out of ribbon? But I'm not. So 6. Normally I have all this set up and done. But since we're treating this like it was a kit, I wanted to show everyone exactly what it would be like. So there's one. We'll fold this back up so it's nice and neat. I do use a board when I fold these too. I don't have any kits in my shop right now, but I'm planning on making some. What is the sign of the month for May? I can't tell you that, Michelle, until everybody gets it. Not every. I can't tell you what May is. May's not here yet.
We're just finishing up sending out April.
We're in April, girlfriend. You get 5 yards in each one. So if you wanted to make...
She's talking about the kit. The sign and
you
ribbon
get 5 yards of each one.
In the sign and ribbon kit?
In the sign and ribbon kit, you get 5 yards of each one. Number 1.
Being rude.
I can text you. Listen, I haven't even designed May's yet. So how's that? It's only the 13th. Because we have a late bloomer, Stacy, that gets one towards the end of the month.
It's the middle of the month.
Well, middle.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda. So I can tell you that if you're in the Sign of the Month Club, All the signs are usually the next 3 months of seasons, or it will be an everyday type of sign. I usually do, one of them will be a holiday. I can tell you what. Hi, Janice. How are you? Welcome. So we're treating this like it was a kit. So if you just get the sign-in ribbon, then you have to choose, your mesh and your tails. Now, I don't do 18 tails on my wreath. I do the outside and one of each set in the middle because I do the sign and the bow, and they just get covered up with the sign anyway. So there's enough ribbon. Linda. So I will see what I can get as far as if anybody's interested in a kit like this. I don't have enough stuff to make kits, but I can. Hi, Deanne. 2 ribbons in each tie, yes. So if you cut your ribbon tails, hi, Ellen Wellen. If you cut your ribbon tails the way I do, then you'll have lots and lots of ribbon left. If you cut them for 18 ties all over, you'll still have plenty of ribbon to make a bow. So I have one more to cut. Like I said, I cut 6 of each. I do go back to work on the 25th, Monday. Oh, it is the royal blue, Joy. Yep. And some people, actually, I've sold a sunflower wreath over at one of the shops that we're in. Oh, thank you, Richard. Yes, if you do, if you're new here, welcome. And if you haven't liked and spread the glitter and followed me, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what I worked that day, but I'll let you know as soon as I find out. Okay, so here's our 4 different ribbons.
Hi, Tammy.
6.
Uh-oh, what'd Debbie do?
What'd you do, Debbie? I don't know what you did.
I'll scroll back up. I'll see.
So where they're folded is where you're going to stick your scissors in, and you cut them all at once. Now, how many you dovetail? Because I go ahead and dovetail mine right now. So if, like Angela, she dovetails hers like this. She folds it in half, and then folds it in half again, and you cut on the folded side towards the edge. Now she cuts hers one by one. I don't. This is pretty thick ribbon, so I wouldn't cut any more than 3 at a time.
Oh, Debbie said she's sorry. Going back to work.
Yeah, I know.
Richard, buddy, I don't think I can help you with that.
What?
We don't have an iPhone. Neither one of us. We have all Androids. And for our lives, we don't use an external mic at all.
We did in the very beginning.
We have one. We don't use it.
Because I have 2 cams and they have mics in them, and it's fine for what I do. Yeah, I really wish I could stay home. But, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Yeah, because she makes double what I do. I should get to stay home. But.
Yeah, no. So you could pair these, the yellow and the blue and the white and the blue. Now, I probably would put this one with this one, this yellow, because it's got a little bit of a pattern. I try not to put 2 patterns together and 2 solids together, unless they're all patterns or whatever.
Hi, JoJo.
Hi, JoJo. What?
Oh, I didn't get me a more comfortable chair for this.
I told you that when I had to sit in it. So here again, if you wanted ribbons throughout the entire wreath, you would cut 18 of each one. Now this is really thin ribbon, kind of. And when I cut these, I did good. Sometimes I get a wonky dovetail and I just fix it.
There you go, Richard. Ricky will hook you up with one.
Yeah, Ricky's got an iPhone.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to help you, Richard. I don't.
We've never been iPhone people.
Yeah, we've never had iPhones or iPads, anything Macintosh related. It's all of our electronics is. You're a good man, Ricky.
So when you have a thick ribbon, don't cut as many.
Or you'll have a wonky.
You'll have a wonky dovetail. Hi, Velma. Welcome. Got the last name was Angela. That's why I took a double look at it.
I don't think it's spelled the same.
Nope.
Not quite.
It's got one S in it. Close but no cigar.
Close.
So just remember, when you're dovetailing, you're always cutting your folded side up. Now, Mr. Floyd over here likes to cut his very, very deep. He says, I don't even know why you bother dovetailing yours. Oh, well, we're glad that you're here too, Lisa.
Hi, Marilyn. We have been trying to get a hold of you, hon.
Yeah, I was going to see if you still wanted your spring kit, because we got to mail out your bow.
Tammy said, so I came in late. Is this a kit?
So what I did, Tammy, was a couple of the ladies that bought sign and ribbon kits from me are new to wreath making, and they were asking some questions. So I said, hey, I'll just make a wreath from a kit. So I went ahead and cut all my stuff tonight as if it were a kit. You'll see that, like Melissa Morrow from Sis Philly Creative Mom, she does the pancake. I normally do 2 colors and do woodland ruffle. Everybody kind of has their niche. So, do you say niche or niche? Who's
niche?
Niche? You say niche? I say niche.
Marilyn, send us a message on Facebook Messenger after the live.
Yeah, because I've sent it twice.
We'll get you hooked up.
See if anything I can go. Niche. Richard says niche. Niche.
Ellie says niche.
It's French. Well, parlez-vous français is too, but. Okay.
Oh, Richard.
So, because in the beginning, when I was making wreaths and I started using more than just 2 colors, depends on who you want to impress. Oh, that's funny.
Good answer, Debbie. Good answer.
I started, because I screwed up, I put this one with this one and this one with this one during a live, and I'm like, oh, I screwed up. Hey, that's all I know, Richard. Don't go nowhere else. Je n'ai pas. How's that?
We speak American here.
Je n'ai pas means I don't know. So I go ahead and pair mine up and fold them. Number 1, that prevents me from screwing up my tails, and it gets me ready for where the middle of the set of ribbons is, because you always want to put them in the middle, or else you will have some wonky tails.
And nobody likes wonky tails.
So I did cut all my mesh, just because I don't like to be unprepared. Drives me nuts. Yep, I'm a manager at Walmart.
No, Richard. No Spanish either.
I know bad words. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Those aren't bad words.
No, I know that's. I can't say the bad words. Oh, did I cut an extra? I always cut an extra. So, Richard, when you going live?
That's what Ross just asked me.
The only thing, my wrist is doing okay. I think I did a little too much with it yesterday. It doesn't hurt, but it's a little sore. I was up in the attic doing some cleaning and had my son bring down a bunch of stuff for me to donate and go through. But thank you. Oh, there's a wonky one. It's got a. Really? Maybe I ought to go back to driving truck. We have had, ever since COVID hit, well, even before COVID hit, we've had a hard time keeping drivers. I don't know why, because they have really good benefits.
Pay is good. The benefits are good. They have nice that you drive
A Walmart
for
truck.
Walmart, not one of the subcontractors.
Warner's.
Yeah, Richard, go the simple route to start out with. Don't do
All
like
you
me
need
and
is your
Jeanette
phone.
did.
All you need is your phone. So listen, guys, when we started going live, we knew we were going to turn it into a business. So we got the webcams and we got a mic because we thought we needed one, but we really didn't. And so we started getting some of that fancier stuff. All you need is your phone and some good lighting.
Yeah, because now it literally takes me a half an hour to set up for a live.
So let's talk about lighting real quick. I don't have fancy lighting. I bought a set to take pictures downstairs. But in this room, we have those $6.98 round clamp lights from Walmart with, what are they? Cool? No. Daytime lights.
Daylight
bulbs. And I clipped a piece of white fabric over it for the softening effect. I have 4 in here. And then the overhead light. That is what I have for lighting in here. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. Michelle, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how that works because we've always used a desktop PC.
Yeah.
We've never done a live from a phone.
So.
Well, yeah, you have. From various craft shows.
Well, yeah, you can see the comments right on the screen. Now, see, I look at a TV right now because it's hooked up to a computer. So, but my camera is probably about 2 feet closer. So, a lot of people that use their phone as their only, thanks, Roz, as their only device, usually have it a little closer.
There are actually a lot of people that are bigger in the wreathing community than us that just use their phone.
You know, Katie sometimes has used her phone because her Mevo went haywire on her. And
Megan from A Gal versus Glue Gun uses her iPhone. And then
she has her iPad right next to her to look at her comments. So that's something else that you can do. So this mesh is cut at 19 inches. So because we all know that each roll is not going to have a full 360 inches. If you get one, it's few and far between. So I cut like 3 at 19, 1 at 20, 3 at 19, 1 at 20. My biggest thing, as you can see from my post today, is I hate half rolls of ribbon. We'll talk about that later. But so I just roll it about 3 times on the end. I clip it. Some people can roll it across their chest, roll it on the table. I can't do that. And then roll it about 3 times on this end, and then just walk your fingers up and scrunch. I literally do that again. So I take my thumbs, put them on the floor, on the table, and just ruffle it right up the middle.
Michelle said she did a live once and couldn't see anyone's comments, so she stopped.
Aww. Try again. You got to keep trying, just like bow making.
One day soon, when Jeanette gives me permission to take behind the scenes photos in her craft room, aka when she gets it all cleaned up and does it.
Hey, it's pretty darn good today.
I will show all the equipment that we use for a live, so that you guys see how not to do it.
What do you mean?
Our setup is way too complicated.
You did it. A phone and some good lighting is pretty much.
And the lighting, you really can't improvise, because that is the one thing that we didn't spend a bunch of money on in this room is lighting.
Nope. He talked about it. We actually thought about bringing up the box lighting that we bought for pictures to get everything in here. It just ain't happening. Those things are too big.
Rick said I'm not allowed to go live until I dust and clean. Listen, Richard, watch a bunch of people's lives and then see if that still holds true. Now, Jeanette is kind of picky about the condition of her room.
I might get cluttered. Like sometimes I'll have stuff, in boxes or bags or something just stacked. But
there are certain camera angles, that I am not allowed to use because she doesn't want people seeing everything.
I cleaned everything up today. Listen, I have spent 2 days in my room.
There are people, and I will not mention any names.
I'm thinking, OMG.
I don't know how they get anything done in that.
Janet, that is totally up to you. Now, I will tell you the basic mesh that is non-metallic means it doesn't have anything running through it. You can see through it. In fact, today, if I had a partial roll of basic mesh, I threw it away. I don't even like it for rolls anymore because we evolve as we are. I'm OCD,
yeah,
JoJo.
She's a little OCD, JoJo. Now, in my limited experience in making wreaths, I don't make a whole lot. I just do fill in on the lines. I don't make wreaths outside of that. If you use just regular basic mesh, it's kind of hard to work with.
Yeah, I don't like it. So my favorite is a poly jute. Now this yellow is a poly jute. Basically, it is cotton threads. Where my blue is a metallic.
I'm with you on that one, Richard. I am. I caught one of your replays, but I'll be honest, I do the same thing. I'll start focusing on what I'm doing, too. And then I quit talking. And then
you just don't shut me up.
Every once in a while, I'll remember to look up and see if anybody's made any comments.
Now, when I first started, Floyd would sit there. Now, when we were in the other room, he actually sat in the doorway because the room was so small. And he'd go, talk. But now he can't shut me up.
She's always been that way.
I'll throw something at you again. I know Deanne was talking. I was talking in Angela's live. I said, when Floyd gets out of line, I just throw clothespins at him. Deanne's like, I saw that. So I usually try to get most of my stuff prepped before I even go live, just because a lot of it's monotonous. And, I can show you in a few steps how to woodland ruffle something. Now, Floyd usually doesn't have much of his prepped, but he's usually doing a pixie too. And if you don't know what a pixie is, Katie started making them. It's on 8-inch wreath form. Katie from Crazy Maisie. She does them on an 8-inch, and basically they're a lot smaller than a full size. Okay.
It's not that I don't want to have my stuff prepped before the live. I got so much stuff going on with making signs, and now I've got the new laser that I'm doing projects with.
Did you bring that one in that you made?
No, but I can go get it.
Go get it. Now this is a Bodabra.
Oh, you don't need a Bodabra here, but it is nice.
So you don't have to have it. You can, if you have one of the Easy Bow makers, you can use it as well. I like this because it holds my mesh. I actually bought it to have it as a third hand. See, like that. And you can also use these is the same way, like that. Okay.
Oh.
I think he's talking to Ricky. So I squish it down in the middle. You always want to start on the outside. I actually started on the inside one time to see what that was like. Don't do it. So then we just keep going. Now I alternate my colors. I don't put all the yellow on the bottom. So blue was on top, so now blue will go on bottom. Here's something that Floyd made. Are they, Angela? They were one of my rivals. So this is red oak. It's not sealed or nothing.
Not yet.
Not yet, but it says we should probably cuddle. And this is the kind of things that we're making to put in the shop and to go to the craft show next month. He does put a soft tooth hanger on the back so you can hang it, but they also do just sit. I thought that was cute. Now, if you don't have one of these and you just want to put them in there, you can put it in, give it a half a twist to hold it. Now, if you do it this way, you want to undo your twist, put your yellow on top, because if you twist too much in between things, it gets to be a little wonky. And then I pull it really, really tight. What?
The cat.
Oh.
Remember I was telling you earlier I was pushing up against him and he was pushing back? He just walked by and hit me with his butt, like purposely.
Thank you. That one was all Floyd. I gave him some ideas, but he picked that one out on himself.
The laser does an amazing job.
Mm-hmm.
My poor wood burner that I do by hand will probably never get used again.
No, you're by your granddaughter maybe. Or to cut poly burlap. Hi, William. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, it was cute.
Started a bad trend.
What? Oh.
Every time he walks by, he thumps me with his butt. Wow.
So make sure that you, as you get some of these in here, you're getting them pushed up against each other. See how this one's turned this way? I usually do it at the end. But then, there. So then it pushes the roll part of your woodland ruffle up. He squirrels. Huh?
Funny coming from you.
Yeah, I know. So having the bow dabber or something to hold them does really, really help.
Yeah, I'm spoiled. I've never done it without using the
I did in the beginning.
I don't know if I could do it. Because I'm so used to using
now I used to, if you X your ribbons, which I do not anymore, I used to add my ribbons and do it all at once. So I would add my ribbons on top of this, squish it, and stick it in. But I don't do that with my ribbons anymore.
We did do something weird on one of our previous lives.
What, you showed up?
No, we instead of the bow dabber, we used 2 Dollar Tree paper towel.
Oh yeah, I took it apart.
I can't remember how we did. We just zip tied it together,
yeah.
Didn't we? But that would be $2.50 now, not $2, because everything's $1.25.
No, we decided to call it the 5-quarter store.
5-quarter store.
5-quarter store.
I like that. Are you comfy?
My son's cat never comes in here unless Floyd's in here.
He follows me around.
He does.
It's really annoying in the morning when I'm trying to get ready to go to work. I'll be in there trying to put my pants on. And as soon as my foot comes out the bottom, he'll attack my foot.
And if you guys go on YouTube, I am on YouTube as well. Because right now we're streaming to YouTube and to Facebook. If you wouldn't mind hopping over and giving that a thumbs up, ring the bell.
No, subscribe, then ring the bell.
Subscribe and ring the bell. I always get it mixed up. Janet, this is one of the ones from Dollar Tree, so it's about a 14 1/4 inches. But you could do the same thing on a 12. If you only had a 12, you just wouldn't have as many ties.
Or a bigger one.
Well, she wouldn't have enough material for a bigger one.
Yeah.
I'm not the mama. Yes, I am. I love that show. My kids love that show. Kids these days don't know what it is. You just got your signs? You're funny. So Michelle's part of the Sign of the Month Club. If you don't know, or oh no, she got her order. Who was I talking about? Sign of the Month. Somebody else. But Sign of the Month is $20 a month. You get 2 signs for $20. That includes shipping.
That's a steal.
You never got into it, but you catch. It is not the mama, not the mama.
I really didn't care for that show. But
it was cute. This is actually what I use to keep all my stuff in. It's from Walmart. This is the wire basket.
Easy, buddy. Pulling it the cat with it. Stacy says that is a bar.
And so one sign is a popular sign for the upcoming season, and the other one is an exclusive. You can only get it if you're a part of the Sign of the Month Club. And once you're a Sign of the Month Club member, you can order more of the current signs or previous months.
And you get 10% off of all sign orders.
Yep, and you get 10% off of all signed orders. I designed it, Stacy.
Yeah,
So here's the
I
outside.
don't take credit for that. Jeanette designs
99.9%
of them. I just physically make them.
And now I've been starting to physically make them.
Because I'm busy doing others.
But he pressed that one.
It really depends on the Minolta, Kathy.
Yeah. So you can go do the test where you're not live, but you're live.
Yes.
So you can do a live without going across the internet.
You can do that on YouTube and Facebook. I don't remember how to do it on Facebook.
Google is your friend.
I'll throw in a zinger every once in a while, though.
I have to stand on a stool to work the heat press because I'm so short.
And this heat press has a really long handle. So when it's open, it's like way up in the air.
Reaching way up there.
You can't reach it.
Nope.
So it's kind of funny to watch her press signs because you got to get up on the.
I do. I have a stool, my little stool in here. I take it in there.
Little kid step stools in there. That can't stay in there because there's no room.
There's no room. His room was tiny. We need a warehouse.
Because I have a room that's about 2/3 the size of this one. I have 3 printers, a computer,
thanks, Rose,
the shipping station, 2 heat presses, and now the laser.
I offered to move the shipping station downstairs.
Yeah, well, I may still take you up on that.
Because face it, we don't go anywhere. We don't have social events.
Well, and anybody that knows us and would show up to the house knows that we run
a business. They walk in and like I'll have wreaths hanging up ready to go to the shop or in storage, and they're like, "I just need to come into your house and go shopping because we have 9-foot ceilings."
We're gonna do that one day. We're just gonna hang wreaths everywhere and start letting people come in and shop.
On my house, outside.
No, we're gonna.
Weird people in my house. Yes, the poly jute. Oh, the poly jute. No, I've never burnt it, but I don't have a problem with it using it with cutting it with a rotary cutter.
We have one of those impulse sealers that we bought to use on the poly burlap.
The poly jute you're not supposed to burn because it's got cotton in it. It'll catch on fire.
It'll burn.
Make sure nothing's like laying over on itself. But we do the poly burlap, we do use a wood burner to cut it. Or if I have a lot of time, I use the impulse sealer. It's just slower. Big key is to make sure you get your pipe cleaners nice and tight. That's what helps make your poofs go up.
Oh, and I'm going to throw this disclaimer in there. If you decide to use a wood burner or the impulse sealer to cut your mesh, make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area because
It's
the
stinky.
fumes are nasty.
Stinky,
They are not good. Well, they're not good for you either.
Mm-mm. I have used it on just regular metallic mesh, which it helps.
It takes 2 cuts.
But you have to like hold it down, let it go up, hold it down again to really get it cut for the metallic. So you might as well just use the rotary cutter. I still have it. I don't get rid of it.
And another tip for everybody that has a Harbor Freight near them: the 2 for how much?
$2.
Two rotary blades for $2.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to make sure you clean all the oil off of it before you put it in your rotary cutter.
It's with the carpet stuff. So, a rotary blade, I get a 5-pack at Walmart. I think they're like $25 or like $5 a piece. You can go to Harbor Freight and get them for $1 a piece.
Is Jamie on here, Richard? I didn't see her on here.
I thought she popped in.
Maybe.
Here's our last. Now, see, it didn't really take me much longer just because I do it so fast. Hi, Pat. How are you?
Hey, Pat. I'm going to go ahead and throw our word of the day up there.
So our word of the
I normally do it a half an hour in. I'm a little slacking.
Oh, he's slacking. Some nights I get multiple Dawns, multiple Lindas, multiple Pats. So then I go through and I want to make sure that, see, if my ruffle was pointing down, I just want to pull it up. I will go into the back and push them forward.
That's something I forget to do all the time.
Well, Pixies is not a big deal.
Well, no, even on my full-size wreaths, I forget that.
But you want to make sure that...
Oh, we're hanging in there, Pat.
We're doing pretty good. Make sure everything's not...
Rough day at work today. We're trying to cram 5 days of work into 4 days.
Yeah, because he gets Good Friday to off.
Woohoo,
so do I.
Weekend. One more day to work at home.
Yeah.
Janet asked how many are on the bottom and how many are on the top.
So there's 10 on the, I call it the outside inside, because Dollar Tree wreath frames really don't have a top and a bottom. So the outside has 10 and the inside has 8, and they're about 4.5 inches apart.
Depending on the size of your hand, about a hand width apart. Roughly.
So here's our ribbons that are 13 inches. So there's a lot of different ways people scrunch them. I do all my ribbon scrunching the same way. I basically just take it in the middle and fold it up like a little fan. But then you want to make sure that they're down like a birdie. Okay. Now, some people who X their ribbons, they go like this. You can just stick it in. Now, I started probably over a year ago. I V mine. So I just take my finger and push it out.
And that's all I've ever done. Because I like how that looks better.
So that's why I no longer put the ribbon in with the mesh in the Bodabra when I'm putting it all together.
I had a really good live-in teacher.
I cut my pipe cleaners about 1/2 inch longer so I can just curl them over. You will like that. If you screw up your pattern or your ribbons, you have something to grab onto to undo it.
Or if you decide at a later date you want to tuck some kind of
embellishments
or something in there. Yeah, don't be a Floyd. Don't put the ribbon tails in and then snip it off.
Now that's what I do to mine. I V mine out. Some people do crisscross. This is totally your preference. Ah. I always make sure that my outside, the edge, is pointed down just to get it to lay right. Now I normally do use a pipe cleaner that matches one of the colors of the mesh. The bad side about that is sometimes they hide.
What did I only do once, Richard?
So Floyd leaves his 1.5 to lay over his 2.5. If you have a pattern on your 2.5, you kind of want to see it.
Patterns are over.
Whatever.
But I like how that looks, so that's how I do it.
I know, I just fix it later.
Yeah, I know. She trims the tails on my bows later.
No, not so much lately.
And never, ever, ever cut pipe cleaners
With
with
good
your
scissors.
significant other's good scissors.
Like these. This is actually a brand new pair because I have my old pair. I gotta find someone to sharpen
Yeah,
it.
they need sharpened.
Yeah.
And tightened up.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting a little loose. I did it once. Everybody tattled on me.
Mm-hmm. Your sister tattled again right away.
No, I've done it more than that, Richard. I just fessed up to it on the live that I did it once. If you go back and watch some of the older lives, Jeanette has done that as well. We'll get done with the live. She's like, yeah, I got to redo these. I got out of order or put the wrong ribbons together or something. It happens.
That's why I go ahead and pair them up and fold them. That way they don't
Janet
get.
wants to know what you mean by crisscross.
Okay, I'll show you. So a lot of people will take their ribbons and just keep them where they're at and crisscross them and just kind of fold them out.
Really even see that. To be honest with you.
So see how they're crisscrossed and these are V'd out? That is just a matter of preference. Okay? So you don't have the same blue and this on directly from across from each other, you alternate them. So it's like a big X. And that's what crisscross means.
Exactly, Richard. I never claimed to be perfect. You didn't have to agree that fast.
But I like mine beat out. Once in a while.
Yeah, that happens to be our preference too, Janet, is the beat out look.
I just think you see more of the ribbon and it lays better. It's not trying to compete with the mesh. Now, sometimes the ones I put in the middle, depending on where I put them, like tonight we're just having a sign and a bow. But if I have a lot of embellishments or it just all depends. The ones in the middle, I might crisscross. But we do prefer the V out. I forget where I learned that from. So I've been doing it this way for a while.
Well, that's a good point, Richard. His V or X depends on the mesh and its thickness.
Very much true.
If you cross.
If I had a thin mesh, I might crisscross them.
Yeah, if you crisscross your ribbon, you get a little more coverage that way.
Yep.
Or you do like Jeanette and just make the mesh cuts long.
Now, when I do my ribbons, you see how I'm always taking my hand and putting it up under? They're kind of smushed in there when you're tightening down your pipe cleaner. So I kind of bring my finger up under it to make it a little bump. Is the only way I could explain it. and I just do that little just take your hand around along the wire, just I call it making it look like a little bird, because you got to have ways to tell people what you're doing. So I say make it look like a bird. Yeah, here next month I get to tell about 30 people, make it look like a bird.
Yep, we're going to jump right off into the deep end.
The biggest wreath classes I've done is 7 people.
We're gonna jump in and do one that's 30.
We're gonna do one for a local factory. They do a craft thing with a woman.
I hope I'm not the only guy there.
I'm sure you will be.
I really hope there's another guy there.
There's not going to be. It's May 12th.
Yeah, we are.
And they're gonna feed us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, William wants to know, where do you like to get your mesh from?
There's a lot of places. Some places I get stuff from is from wholesalers that you have to have a vendor's license for.
Not too many though.
Not too many. Craft Outlet, the Wreath Shop, Trendy Tree, White Bayou, General Wholesale,
Waterman's
Loft. Deco Exchange has a very big lead time. So in parts of the year, they're just so busy. Now see how sometimes you have ribbon that, I don't know if you can see that, it frays a little bit because you're tugging on it. I just go back and just trim a tiny bit of it.
Hey, Reba.
Hi, Reba. How are you? Fall apart. I like Craft Outlet because I can filter the searches for the type and length of ribbon I want. And my favorite is canvas ribbon. So this is a canvas. And this is a linen or a fake burlap one.
You ask about mesh, not ribbon.
I'm talking about ribbon too.
Just because you have a ribbon fetish doesn't mean everybody does.
I have a ribbon.
Most people do.
Yes.
I don't.
I like, my favorite mesh is poly jute with the foil in it. Like, so if I do a pancake wreath, I like to use the poly jute with the foil in it.
I like border mesh.
I like the border mesh.
Another story.
Oh no!
We had some pretty bad winds.
Are you down south? I can't remember where you're at. Yes, they do have a lower.
Yes, they do.
Because wherever I order from, I always try to get free shipping. Now my wholesalers charge shipping. Waterman's Loft charges shipping. So does White Bayou, I think. Can't remember on that. So I usually try to get do the cutoff. Even if I don't need something, I'll order like solid colors of ribbon. I always try to get those in 50-yard rolls because you can always use a solid. I know I Facebook creeped on you, William. You do I do it to everybody. Don't take offense. Because I asked you, do you do wreaths? I'm like, oh, I want to go see his wreaths. But you do wonderful floral wreaths. Okay, so here is the outside. So that's why I like it V'd. It kind of just shows you all the ribbon. My wreath is now at 26 inches. And let's make a bow. So we have quite a bit of ribbon left. I have 2 more sets of ribbons to go inside. And I can do whatever I want here.
Yep, Reba is from Alabama.
That's what I thought.
Roz loves canvas too. Yeah, that's probably my favorite.
It is.
Well.
I do floral grapevine too, just not as much. I'll show you one at the end.
There's one right behind you.
Oh yeah, that one's a grapevine on the back. I did a Mom's Day one that in a style that I've never done before. I kind of like it. So, but we got quite a bit of ribbon. Now, if you wanted ribbon throughout the middle, you would use some of this because this was made as a kit. And I encourage you to add ribbon to it.
I always use 5 ribbons for my bows. But that's just me. You don't have to.
He makes a...
I make a variation of a funky bow.
Yeah, he does. So I dovetail as I go because if I don't, I forget. And I start with a 7-inch tail. 9 times out of 10, my loops are at 6 inches, unless I start with a 4-inch ribbon and then I go a 7-inch loop and an 8-inch tail. So my tails on a funky bow are always an inch longer than my loops. We're getting a bow class 2 tonight. So sunny side up, as Katie calls it, right side up, right side down. It's a little odd because I got my ribbon hanging down here on the floor when it's normally on a spool. You're quite welcome. 6-inch loop. And I still do the scrunchy things. You're quite welcome. I hope you come back. Now, if you use the Easy Bow Maker, it has all the measurements on here. If you have the Bowdabra, the only thing I hate about the Bowdabra is it moves around so much. But you gotta, you have to have a mat or something to be able to tell. I don't eyeball it. I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. So, okay, we're just gonna make funkies. We'll see how much ribbon we can make funky bows out of. There's still another ribbon there. Or bow.
What happened in the flower pot?
What do you mean?
There's stuff all over the floor.
I kind of just threw some stuff out of my way. So in a funky, you have a tail up and a tail down. Or a loop down. So you have a big X. So I don't want... This is the only bad thing about this is a kit.
Double loop funky bow.
The blue and the blue would be together. Now, I threw this kit together because Janet had asked me about her sign and ribbon kit. So I would throw another yellow in there. So, but you could do the blue anyway because it's a solid. Now, those of you who are learning, I do have a private group. It's called the Backroom Glitter Gang. It's $9.99 a month, and we do 2 lives a week. You can sign up for that. Right there, it's on our learnfromjeanette.com. It'll take you to the website. You sign up, and then you go over to Facebook and search for the group and join. And then as soon as you're... We do a lot about... Sometimes the girls will say, we need a bow class. So I give them a bow class. We do a lot of different types of methods. I do use a clothespin to hold my mesh down, just so it doesn't fly away from me.
We got a text message from Pam. She said the wreath is a hit. Everyone loves it.
Oh, awesome. So Monday Nights Live was a custom order for a customer here in town. She just texted me and said that the wreath was a hit. Everybody loves it. And those are the kind of compliments that you want from your customers. Now, when you do a funky, you want your tail over your loop and your loop over your tail. So now we'll come back and go with them more solid blue. I've never actually bought a kit, but you can always add to them and add embellishments or add extra ribbons. What is that? Some kind of tape. really weird.
Almost a freaking tag.
I know, it was like a tag. I bet you it was like a join in the wire. So these two both had 6-inch loops and 7-inch tails. So now we're going to drop down a 1/2 inch. See how I'm always pushing that down? And after I get 2 sets of ribbons in there, I'm always holding it to keep it nice and tight. See how I flipped it, put my other finger there. I still measure my loops and my tails. Been doing this almost 3 years now, and I still measure. It's because I'm OCD. So you see how I flip that down? You flip the edge down, it makes your loops stay. It makes them lay better. I dovetail as I go so I don't forget. You know that fishing wreath I donated? It actually had a ribbon on the bow that wasn't dovetailed. Okay, so then we're going to go in for our yellow. And I always want to end, my personal preference. If I have to use a satin ribbon, I'm going to put it in the middle because you want your heavier ribbons to hold it up. Or if I use a lighter ribbon, like the white is a lighter, probably the lightest ribbon I have tonight, I'm going to put it in the middle. I always want to end on top with a heavier ribbon. So now we're going to drop down another 1/2 inch. There's no right or wrong way how you make a bow. It's a matter of preference. So now we're at 5 inches. And because my preference is I don't like my very top loop to be under 4 inches. I just think it lays a lot better if it's not got a smaller loop, unless you're doing that center loop.
Did that light go out, or did we just forget to turn it on?
Oh, we might have forgot to turn it on. Hello, there's light.
Whoops, we missed the light. Probably didn't make that.
See how much ribbon is left? So you could go ahead and make another bow. You could put more tails in it. You could save it for another project. Your bows are horrible. Just practice, Janice. I swear it'll get better. My first wreaths, everybody has heard me say this over and over and over again. My first wreaths did not have bows on them. I would fight with the ribbon. I would fight with bow makers. I had a very, very tall 7-ribbon bow. I even said this on Monday. 7-ribbon bow. I lost my stack, which I'll show you what a stack is here in a minute. It means my ribbon just went everywhere. Walked out of my room. Because sometimes you just gotta do that.
Some people don't.
Some people don't. I don't like it. I've seen some people curly cue them if they're long enough. But the work reforms were made so you don't have to cut them. I personally don't like it.
I don't personally like that look. That's a personal preference. I take that back. I have seen a couple.
There's a couple, like fall, and they curly cue them like a pumpkin top. You know.
Say I've seen a couple.
On most part, I don't like it. So what that clothespin does is it holds all my ribbon from creeping up my dowel rods, so I can come out here and cut my tail and dovetail it.
But yeah, Debbie, there are actually a lot of people that don't cut their ties.
No bueno. Now I used to, when I first started making my bows, they were a complete straight stack. I have learned, I now move around my tails and my loops. It's a little easier in the fluffing process and getting your bow ready to put on your wreath. I should have a blue. Where's my other blue? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
White,
the first time I seen somebody do that, Debbie, that's what I thought too. It's like, oh, they forgot to cut their ties off. Oh, that's a good idea, Richard. He left the ties and added styrofoam glitter balls.
I have seen that too. Like 4th of July, that would be cute. So I'm adding another ribbon to this just because I like to add more ribbon to my bows. But you could make it without the extra. Now, you could make all your tails one length and then go back and trim them at the end. But I say, why waste the ribbon?
Richard said it was a Christmas one that he did that on. Ross says she loves that Swiss dot.
I love Swiss dot. I've been trying to find the pink Swiss dot, and everybody's out because of Easter and spring. I'd be happy with Swiss dot in every color. Well, this should be about 4 inches. Yep. Once you start getting them all up there. 4, yeah. I love Swiss dot, and I love black and white buffalo check.
Richard, what makes the small dot Swiss and the big ones polka?
Google is your friend. Since you like to Google things and definitions and send them to me, Richard, Google it. So we have intranet at work, dotted Swiss.
Nice.
So I can't like Google things at work. So it's called the Walmart wire. So at work I say, he says, okay, be right back. I say, go wire it. So if you get a kit, you're going to get one zip tie. We have 4 for our sign and 1 for our bow. Now, I'm about to show you what a stack is that I've lost before. So I don't tie this down completely tight. I want to make sure I get my pipe cleaner in here. For some people, it uses another zip tie. Kali does, but she doesn't normally do, she's not a decal mesh. She's a floral. So some people will tell you to grip it like this and pull it out and do all that. I can't. So you got to find your own way of doing this. I know it does, Bianca. And I found out that black and white buffalo check goes with brown, leopard, and pink. Because that's what I made on Monday, and the woman loved it. So
it did turn out really nice.
Yeah, I liked it too. So I squish it. This indentation is your stack. So I just move the zip tie to where it's in the stack. And then I'm going to tighten it up. Now, it's not completely tight. But this is where I can still move things around. I'll usually hold on to the middle. So if you pull too hard, you would pull things out of whack. And I don't really have, some people have a very systematic, you know, you would think we'd be in OCD that I do, but I really don't. I'm just wanting to get loops and tails separated and across from each other, and I don't want all the tails in one spot. I don't want all the loops in one spot. Because if you put a loop over a loop, they fight to stay puffed up. So that's what I'm basically doing. Once you get everything spread out the way you want it, then you're going to tighten down like there's no tomorrow. Thank you, Bianca. So I keep my zip tie on here. I use it as a handle while I'm fluffing. Some people will teach you, most people will teach you to fluff one side of your bow at a time. I don't. I just start fluffing. This is how I fluff a bow though. I stick my hand in there and I'm moving my other hand up and down and it forms a loop. That's the best way I can describe how I fluff. I googled, and Swiss dots are small, raised, or fuzzy dots on fabric. If it's just a dot, it's a polka dot, no matter the size. Thank you, Richard. Or no. Yeah. Gonna run my son. Thank you for stopping by, Shauna. See you later. Happy Easter. Like I said before, if you do a satin, make sure you put it above another firmer ribbon so it can help hold it for support. When I'm doing my fluffing my tails, all I'm doing is taking my hand and running it along the wire. It gives it a curl. See, my tails and my loop navigated towards each other. I just pull them apart. There we go. After you get everything fluffed. Oh, I know, Richard. I wasn't around, but my grandparents were. Should cut that off. And then we will see. So I got lots of ribbon. I could make another bow. I could go ahead and put more tails in here. Save it for another project. There's our sign with our cable mounts. Floyd does up and down. I do side to side. It don't matter. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Roz. I'm just wrapping the... Now, some people will do it like this. I have found that if you make a thick wreath, you don't have enough pipe cleaner. And that's why I do it like this. The cable mounts, I order them on Amazon. If you go to my website and over on the left-hand side, what's it say, Amazon store or store?
Something like that.
It says Amazon or store or something like that. There's all the links to the things that I use and the tools. So it'll have the exact same thing I use. So wherever my sign is going, I got to go ahead and cut off my pipe cleaners.
It says Amazon affiliate store.
Amazon affiliate. Thank you, Francine. So you want to make sure that you don't pull your sign. You pull it down like this and come over here. It's going to be wonky. So I usually will do a cross from each other. I'm just searching down so I can get it down through the between the wire frames. So if you pull on them both at the same time, if you pull like this, see how I'm smashing my mesh? You don't want to do that. You just want to have it sitting on top. Now, since we only have one pipe cleaner, I want to make sure that we're kind of doing a figure 8 back here. And I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going around the wire and tuck in that loose end. Let's see, where did my other end go? Over here. So I try to bring it to a crossbar or another piece of a pipe cleaner. So I go around one side and we're just going to do a figure 8. That keeps it from coming undone. And then it's just sitting on top. Oh wow, Richard, I didn't realize they had them on sale. I still have quite a few. I like grapevines. I don't know why I don't do more. So the one in the middle is probably the hardest. Pipe cleaner. Because you don't know where to attach it to. Yeah, and if you're going to fill it up with florals, so I always, this white is not my favorite. When I'm flipping it around, it's always moving around. So then I find where I'm sticking my bow.
Richard said it was an online doorbuster sale.
Ah. I've been busy cleaning.
We still have a bunch of grapevines from when she bought the Pro Pack.
I brought the Pro Pack from Michael's. I wasn't impressed with theirs. I mean, they're okay for $3 and something a piece.
He said those were 3 for $9.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good price.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you're not pulling your bow down too tight. Also. Fluff her out. Now, if you've got stuff in the way of your sign, chop it off.
Yeah, I've noticed, Richard, that the grapevines at Hobby Lobby are really nice, but they are kind of pricey. But if you're just going to do a one-off, you could probably get away with using one. I think they're a little overpriced.
They are nice though. My nicest wreaths I've ever gotten from was from the Bayou Boys, White Bayou. I don't know if they still sell from the same or get them from the same supplier or not, but so it don't matter how much you fluff a bow.
You'll never be done fluffing a bow.
Switch the camera. Switch.
I'm working on it.
Thanks, Dawn. I will put this sign in. I have another one I made too. I will put it in on the shop tonight before I go to bed.
Well, you can fluff a bow, turn around and walk away from it, then walk back up to, it needs fluff.
I know, we'll do that. And, when I go check the shops, yeah, they are a hit and miss.
Oh, Sam's has Easter and 4th of July ribbon.
Oh, Francine. Crazy. Oh, first time out in 2 months? Oh my gosh. I know when COVID really hit and it was like Ohio was on lockdown. Of course, I wasn't on lockdown. Nobody was on the roads.
Debbie asked if you've ever used a moss wreath.
No, I have not.
I don't think do we even have any?
No. Evergreen's probably my other favorite. I do a lot of those at Christmas. All right, here we go. See if I get it right. Yep, this way. So give me my Mother's Day wreath. Trying to stay out of the light.
Oh, it's right there.
So that's what a thank you. So here is the Mother's Day wreath that I made. It's a little bit different with the top and bottom and florals.
Cover the sign up.
Well, it's zip it. Happy Easter, Roz. You're thinking about it? Go to Khalees. She does stuff with Moss too. Because she does stuff on her public page also. Thank you. Yep, I did that for Mother's Day. I did this one on an oval grapevine. I only have like one more of those.
Two.
No, there's one. I used one.
There's two up there.
Oh, I have two more.
Hi,
Hey,
Lori.
Lori. Better late than never. Well, thank you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll see my girls in the private group tomorrow night. And have a happy Easter. Am I going to donate my wreath? Actually, a lady at the shop wanted one. Thank you. So have a great rest of your week. Hopefully you can get to be with some family. If not, I'm sure that you can be with them in spirit, and stay safe. And I'll see you all next week. Bye. See you tomorrow, Stacy. Happy Easter, everybody.